Hello, my name's Nelson Hader, and I'm here with my friend.
I'm Bear Storage.
And this is Let's Play Battle 6 Mega Man Cybeast Gregar. Completely flubbed that intro over 4 times, but that's the best, so we're sticking with it. So, last time, we blew off our friends to go hang out with other people that we blew off for like a week, and then we blew off our friends again to finish all the requests available in Tab Store. This time, we're finally going to see our friends in our old hometown, ACDC Town. We're going home. Aren't you excited?
I mean, yeah, for the first time in months since we moved out to Cyber City, I like the fact that they can't help but talk about him behind his back.
I can't believe he's late. He's always late. It's good to be back. In multiple senses, because it's been months since we recorded last, yeah.
That too.
Yeah. We gotta talk about all the good things that happened in Cyber City, like the time my friend from school nearly burned down the whole thing down, and the time my friend from school and I went to the aquarium and it unleashed all the piranhas, and the time I went to court and my dad nearly got arrested and electrocuted for 100 hours.
Yeah, it's really gotta suck being anyone, who's one of Lan's friends or anyone who isn't Lan in his life, because he's a main character and they're not main characters. So having to interact with Lan and be like, how was it? Like, oh my god, someone took over the school and nearly set it on fire, and then there were sharks. How about you guys? And they're like, oh, we had a math test.
Do you remember the time where Mayl got turned into a zombie, Yai got turned into a bird, and Dex got turned into a train?
Yeah. Yeah, Flashman was an interesting scenario.
Battle Network 3 was pretty fun. They weren't around for the drunk whiskey rap battle, but yeah. One of the other interesting things I note about this is in Battle Network 2, Lan went abroad for the first time ever, and you had the choice to buy souvenirs and come back with them. And Lan's been gone for months, and he doesn't bring any souvenirs back with him, you know?
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah, we probably don't think too much of that, but especially in Japanese culture, which is ostensibly where this game was based off of, and certainly where it was made, that's a much bigger deal when you're, going back to visit people.
Yeah. I also like that the Doghouse program, remembers us fondly. Doghouse program, do you remember when I was wandering around looking for Beastman before I realized I had to install Sneak Run to make it happen? Man, those were the times, right?
Yeah, it is kind of weird that the program just lets you run around inside this Doghouse computer that you don't even own anymore.
Nope. And that's the weird thing. Nobody owns this house anymore. The house, I don't know if Lan's dad hasn't sold it, or if, nobody's bought it, or if it's just on the market and nobody's buying. Which, are things I'm thinking about now, because I'm considering getting a house, but at the same time, you'd think that this house out in the middle of the suburbs, especially in Japan, where, housing prices are insane? You could have sold this for a lot of money, Dr. Hikari. I mean, I guess you are, the son of Cyber Jesus who created all the internet, but,
Wow. You're Lan Hikari. It's been a while. Just the fact that you're still a celebrity in this small little suburb.
Yeah, everyone remembers that kid. They remember seeing him and Mayl having arguments as they walked to school.
Yep.
We've got a subject merchant here. It's nice.
I mean, I wonder if Lan's dad is just kind of hanging on to it as a second house. Not quite a vacation home, but just, hey, if I don't have to sell it, if we have enough money, why do I need to sell it?
I mean, he's probably set for life just on what he's inheriting from his dad. Him and Lan can do whatever the hell they want, and Lan's dad has decided that he's going to be, the second coming of Cyber Jesus and make, internet programs sentient and have emotions and stuff. So, he's he's a pretty big deal. He could just coast it on success, but no.
I do think that comment by Mega Man about, of course I remember how to get on the net. That's kind of ridiculous considering that they changed the net in every single Battle Network game.
They changed it for 6. Like, in Battle Network 5, you went into Lan's house to get onto the net. And now in Battle Network 5, this squirrel statue was a dungeon, where it was like this forking branch path, and you had to find somebody hiding in it, and it was part of the main story. But now, Squirrel just connects to the internet. It ain't like the old days. Oh man, it's really fun to see the pile of 96 bug frags knowing exactly what's going to be my roadblock later on. Oh man, that's not nearly enough.
Yep. But hey, you got a Verisword.
Yep. Pause for me to check it off my list as I'm playing it as I go. Mr. Prague is really late coming back. We gotta go find him.
Oh man. I love how there's barely any conversation. Like, oh, hey, Mega Man, it's good to see you. Listen, can you do me a favor? Like, I just got back into town.
I just got here, Roll. What do you want from me? What?
Also, I know that for game balance reasons, it makes sense that you want your enemies to scale up as the player goes along so that you're not fighting super easy enemies at the end of the game and steamrolling everything. But it's one of those things where you have to wonder about the logistics of this world. Like, man, there are super tough viruses just everywhere in AC/DC, this small suburb town. Like, how does anyone go on the net if they're not an ace net battler?
Well, they talk about that on the AC/DC BBS, and so it's like, man, there's a lot of really strong viruses lately. What happened? And like, I can't remember if it's Yai or Mayl just kind of shrugs their shoulders, and they're like, well, Lance not here anymore. He used to spend so much time on the net kicking ass that he took care of the problem. And now everyone's like, okay, well, what do we do now? And just figuring out what to do in his absence. Well, hello, Merchant. Let me just buy all your HP memories and just sort of look at the rest of the stock. Fast Gauge is really important. Magnum's pretty cool. Wind Racket's alright. High Cannon is High Cannon. I have it in my folder right now, I'm pretty sure.
Because you haven't gotten the full suite of M
Mega Cannons yet. Yeah, that's true.
As soon as those are in.
As soon as the Mega Cannons get here. As soon as the Mega Cannon. You know, one of the things I can't remember if I ever try or not is using the Elecman Navi chip to see if it hits the green mystery data there. Because that'd be a kick in the teeth if it sure did. Oh,
yeah,
gold mystery data.
Experience.
Judge Man SP. Alright.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta go beat him up to, like... Funny story, I haven't unleashed him on the internet yet. His ghost is still sitting out. We haven't gone to find him yet. He's just hanging out somewhere.
Which is a very odd mechanic or sentence to say, talking about a cybernetic, internet-based game.
Yeah. So here's my fun thing where I'm like, okay, Elecman, he'll just chain off the obstacles, and that'll do it. So maybe it's only obstacles within his threat range, or he just doesn't hit the green mystery data. I'm not sure which, but hey, that's a big brain play right there, showing off what Elecman can do.
I gotta admit, I was a little nervous when I saw the time bomb go down, because I wasn't paying attention to see that you had Elecman queued up. And I was thinking, no, don't put a time bomb down. That's going to destroy your green mystery data, you fool.
Forget it. I just care about winning this battle, nothing else. I must win at all costs.
Right after you were talking about, oh man, those bug frags are going to be a total bugbear later.
Yeah, but let's get a load of Killer Cross here. Erase Cross, as it is in this version, where if an enemy has a 4 in their HP, and you hit them with a non-elemental chip, for viruses, it just instantly deletes them. For navies, it gives them an HP bug, and you can stack it if you hit them multiple times while they still have a 4 in their HP. So there's a lot of fun you can do with Killer Cross to make battles just a little bit shorter, but it mostly works well on viruses, not nearly so well on navi. So whenever I see like a sortie 2 here, I'm just immediately like, oh ho ho, I know what I'm gonna do to you. And like the sky area is also really good for this as well, because there are a lot of viruses there that have 4s in their HP total. And then like it just sort of disappears for a really long time and picks up again in like the final dungeon and the secret area in this game. It's not called the secret area, but I'm calling it the secret area because it's post-game. Killer Cross has a lot of utility, and it's really fun to build around some of the Giga Chips in this game with Killer Cross. That I think I show off at the end eventually. I mean, I get all the Giga Chips, so yeah. Also,
I do think it's weird that they made the personal spaces for all your friends in town just open to the net.
Yeah, because like even in the oldest games, they had their own special like web pages that you could go into. But now that everyone has been sort of de-emphasized for everything else that's going on, they don't exist anymore. And I think in Battle Network 5 they didn't even have their own space. But, you know, during that game, all of your friends' navis were kidnapped anyway. So, not much of a reason for them to have space on the net, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then it was really funny where... Because in the first game they had their own, in the second game they had their own, in the third game they had their own, and it was kind of useful. And then in the fourth game they have their own, and Yai installs like a general chatter BBS. Dex tries to install a BBS for like actual battle tips, but like it's run by a 6th grader, you know? Like it's not going to be that effective. I don't think Mayl ever installs like a chat BBS in her website. She just doesn't care about it the way everyone else does. So, I guess she's too busy playing the piano or something, you know? Because I'm trying to think, what does Mayl do with her hobbies? She cares about LAN. She plays the piano. She got a dishwasher that captured her in a soap bubble. What else does our love interest do in this series?
I mean, that's kind of a problem with any
shonen
NPC
show
that isn't the main character.
Yeah.
It's just, you have one personality trait, like, you're the snooty rich girl, you're the cute love interest, you're the hot-headed rival, and that's it.
That's it. Like, the snooty rich girl is, like, at least rich and snooty, and she does a lot of things in the background, and she's like,
you can count rich and snooty as 2 separate traits. I'm watching your list here.
I'm doing it. I see what you mean by I shouldn't be doing it though, considering the track record of the show or this game series. Like, I can't believe there's somebody on here named Land Love who's like, I gained 20 pounds since he left. Like, are you one of the girls at his school or something like that? Or are you one of the guys? Like, what? Is this, like, who are you to be so obsessed with Land? Land doesn't even know your name. Or is this Mayl, or is this Yai, is this Mayl posting under a pseudonym?
Man.
It's
also very weird, you know, that people have no idea what happens in these neighboring towns, to the point that Dex has to ask, hey, does anyone know what happens in Cyber City?
Okay,
that should
but
be publicly available information.
I mean, oh yeah, here it is. It's Gutsman saying that since Mega Man hasn't been around anymore, things have gotten bad. We need to form the Neighborhood Watch to take care of these viruses. But yeah, to follow up on that, like, can you tell me what's going on in Maple Grove? Like, what's happening there? I don't know. Do you?
I mean, not really, but like, that's a little different because Cyber City is like this huge, you know, futuristic headquarters, whatever. Like, they're really hyping it up as this is the center of all technology advancement for the local area, kind of thing. That'd be like asking, hey, what's happening at the the state capitol or something? Like, I don't know. I know absolutely nothing about what happens in this major metropolitan area that's one town / one stop over on the train.
Yeah.
I know nothing about what happens there.
Yeah.
Come on, Dex. You should know something that's going on.
Well, let's review Dex's personality traits. Rival. Dumb.
Yeah.
Cares about not the things that matter. Vain. Like, we can keep describing negative personality traits that apply to Dex, which I guess makes perfect sense considering he becomes the mayor later. Like, politicians are always shitty, so, you know. I shouldn't bag on Dex that much, but, you know, he's not that great. I mean, he gets Gutsman of all things. Like, in the show they aired in America here, like, Gutsman and Cutman were relegated to, like, jokes that just showed up in every single episode because I think the artists or the writers, like, really enjoyed just slipping them in all over the place. Like, in the original Mega Man series, Dr. Wily has a fondness for Gutsman, so he just keeps including him in things because he likes him. Like in Mega Man 2, where he makes the Guts Dozer, which is like a big Gutsman tozer on like tank treads. And then in Mega Man 7, he kidnaps like Gutsman, who's enshrined in a robot museum, so he can improve him to become a mini boss or a boss in the Wily Fortress at the end of that game. Like, Gutsman is not here to be a threat. He's here to be like a joke and sort of get you accustomed to things. And Dex is exactly the same way. And one of the other amazing things about this is when they transferred land from AC/DC Town to Cyber City, they just whole play, like, they just scribbled out. So, you know that meme where they say, hey, can I copy your homework? Okay, but just change it a little bit so nobody can tell what's going on. That's Dex, and that's Mick. Yep. That's just what they are. So it's, you know, it's hard to really feel that good about Dex because he's a joke and he will never be anything else. I love Time Bomb. Yeah. It's a really good chip. I just wait 3 seconds and I win the battle. Instantly. Triple delete.
Yep.
I'm so skilled at this game. I'm so good.
It is kind of a shame, though, that they did decide to go the route of making Gutsman the joke character that always gets clowned on, basically. Whether it's in the classic Mega Man series or here in the Battle Network universe. Because they definitely could have made him, an adversary that keeps reoccurring and gets stronger and is more of a challenge.
Yeah.
But he's basically there to serve the goal of, okay, here's the enemy whose butt you always kick, to show that, oh wow, you're really getting strong now. And that's what he always is.
The fun thing about that is, like, in Battle Network 3, Dex has a character arc. Gutsman gets better. And, like, Dex starts using support chips like Area Grab, he gets a program advanced. Like, Dex goes, like, a little bit of the distance to get a little bit cooler, even though, he's stuck with Gutsman, who has, like, 900 max HP or something like that. But, like, then in Battle Network 4, he takes part in, like, the world... Well, okay, he doesn't take part in the world tournaments. He takes part in the Den City tournament, which is, like, the lowest tier... And, like, even Mayl does better than him. But, like, Dex goes from, like, the dude you just beat up on to, like, yeah, he's actually your friend. He's pretty alright. Like, he's still got all those character flaws, but he's here. He's fine. And then, like, Battle Network 4 happens where, like, all of your friends are just kind of pushed off to the periphery because of that game's story structure. And then Battle Network 5 happens where Gutsman's kidnapped. And then Battle Network 6 happens where... This is the first time we meet Gutsman. Like, Battle Network 3 was, in many ways, supposed to be the end of the series, and it did well enough that they were like, let's just greenlit more of these. They're printing money. Let's just do it. Forget it. Go off and have some fun. And you can really feel that with 3's ending, especially when you look immediately at 4 right after it. And then you get to 6 here, and they're like, okay, we're going to send this game off at the end. Let's bring it in, guys. Let's have some fun. So here we are. We're going to have our net battle against Gutsman. Are you ready? It's... Oh.
Wow.
Man, Gutsman has regressed really far. Remember in Battle Network 3 when he could use a PA? Nope. He got captured by Blackbeard, a submarine, a toaster oven, and some guy who's not even going to speak in this cutscene. Sir, not appearing in this cutscene. At least Blackbeard has the personality to carry all of this, you know?
Yeah, just... I'm so confused as to how this is even happening. Like, the whole time that they were talking, like, we've got your navies held hostage.
Just jack out.
Yeah, just jack out, guys. Just jack out. Like, I can sort of understand once they forcibly, like, port them to the undernet or something that, sure, something happens. And they're like, what's going on? I can't check out my Navi anymore. But they're still in the AC/DC net right there in front of you. Just jack out. No? Okay.
Yeah, he's immediately like, who were those guys? Dex is just freaking out, and Mayl's like, hey, Lan, don't do anything rash.
Yeah, just like your dad when you hear about the Cybeast. Now, Lan, I don't want you to go on the internet.
No, son, don't touch the stove.
Yeah, come on. When does that ever work, Dr. Hikari?
It certainly didn't work in Battle Network 3 when you reluctantly allowed your son to go to, like, your father's arch-enemy's island fortress in the middle of the ocean that's spewing sewage out into the ocean, where, like, he's already taken over, like, the militaries of all of the nations of the world and has tanks attacking random people with their machine guns. Like, you're sure you want to send your 6th grade son to that, Dr. Hikari? Alright.
I mean, I guess it's better than wandering around AC/DC town and just waiting for a tank to roll up.
Yeah, like, let's review Battle Network 1. Dr. Hikari is given, like, hey, Dad, I found this mysterious pass. Do you think you can do this for me? Son, what is this? Okay, well, I think I found the World 3 base of operations, but the pass on their secret rail line doesn't work anymore. Can you just change the expiration date and make it work? Fine, son. I know you're gonna go confront the ultimate virus. Have fun. And then just immediately after, he's like, hey, honey, my son wants to go fight the virus. I haven't told him about his dead brother who's now his internet navi. And then in Battle Network 2, you're just like, hey, Dad, something's going on in Kotobukiya town. You gotta let me go. And he's like, son, I don't know. We can get an official net battler. Dad, I'm the best official net battler. Let me go. Alright, son, fine. We just talked about Battle Network 3. Battle Network 4. Mr. Hikari, we've summoned you and all of the world's experts, including this guy who's clearly not a villain, to stop this meteor that's flying in from outer space from crashing into Earth. Can you create a space laser to turn it off? By the way, the space laser failed, and now we're going to create a worldwide tournament to find the perfect person to go into the meteor after we convert it into, like, a giant antenna so they can go take care of the cyber world inside it. Oh shit, I didn't think you'd pick up my son for this.
Yeah.
And then Battle Network 5, where he's kidnapped and can't say anything to be like, no, don't do this, son.
Yeah, you'd almost think at this point he would have, like, major anxiety freakouts about every bad thing in the world because he just fears for Lan's safety.
My son's gonna get involved in this, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just, like, watching on the news, like, a tornado broke out in central Kansas today. No, Lan, no!
No, don't go to the weather control system. Like, that's even a thing Lan does in Battle Network 2. Like, oh man, we got earthquakes, and we got UV rays, and we've got, like, droughts and stuff going on around the world, but Lan's gonna jack right into the mother computer before, I'm conflating the scenarios a little bit, yeah, but, like, because the internet gets frozen in Battle Network 2, like, all the stuff that was suppressing environmental disasters turns off, and so, like, Lan has to unfreeze the internet to make sure that everyone doesn't get buried in an earthquake. So...
And we see echoes of that with the Mr. Weather scenario here, but the biggest disaster with that seems to just be Skytown crashing out of the sky.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, one of the things that Battle Network did in the early days that they've... I was going to say sort of dropped, but then I realized I have to run to the back end, like the deepest area of the internet that I possibly could at this point to do a thing. But one of the things they would do in the older Battle Network games is they would turn the internet itself into a dungeon to go through. In the first Battle Network game, you fight Stone Man on the internet, where, like, the stuff that controls, like, the railway system is just on the internet. They just put a big old stone in the way. In Battle Network 2, and later in Battle Network 1, you have to go find Bomb Man, who, like, the World 3 server is just connected to the network, and Bomb Man is guarding it, and we gotta go find Bomb Man and kick his ass so we can get in. And then, in Battle Network 2, the internet is a dungeon for when the internet gets frozen. And then Battle Network 3, the internet is a dungeon for when soap bubbles are spewing out of everyone's dishwasher and trapping people. And then also for Flame Man, where Scilab starts on fire, and we gotta kill that guy so that, you know, Scilab stops being on fire before Dad passes out from heat exhaustion. And then Drill Man, I think, well, Drill Man, it's just sort of about finding him in the internet, right? Because he just burrows from, like, Scilab 2 to Undernet 4, and then you just run around Undernet 4 and pick a fight with him. But that's...
Yeah, you just follow the holes that are ripped through the fabric of the net, basically.
Because Drill Man can do that. You just keep turning your drill and anything will happen.
Spiral energy, baby.
Spiral energy, baby. Tongue and top of Gurren Lagann. Wait, no, it's Gurren Lagann? Gurren Lagann. Yeah.
Yep.
Haven't seen it. Anyway, we're here. Blastman and Diveman have brought our friends all the way to this horned skull in the middle of the internet with its flames of rage burning on. Mega Man's asking us to, Mega Man's asking, release them! We need them back! Give me my friends back! I like how Mr. Bach just sort of, like, abandoned him, or he's just not saying anything. He's just like, what? Come on, we gotta do this, man. Like, get in this. And he's just like, nope.
Yeah, as much as he believes that he has to do all these terrible things for reasons that will become a little more evident later, he still can't bring himself to stand in front of one of his students and be like, yep, I'm a bad guy.
Yep.
And I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, we'll get the full explanation here soon, but it's kind of funny to me that, yeah, he just doesn't have anything to say about any of this. Also, like, one of the fun things about Blastman EX is that as soon as you beat him, his ghost is hanging out on the internet somewhere. You can go pick a fight this guy right then, and then sort of, once you beat him, just release him onto the internet forever. In the Falzer version of the game, oh, by the way, back-to-back battles against bosses here. Hope you're ready. I mean, I guess they do show, like, here's Diveman and here's Blastman. They're working in concert. Like, on one hand, I wish they could be on the battlefield at the same time, but at the same time, it might fuck up their AI a little bit, so I can totally understand why that doesn't happen. But, where was I going? Oh, yeah. In Falzer version, it's really easy to, like, fight Blastman 2, release him on the internet, and then just go pick a fight with the strongest version of Blastman on the internet, and S-rank him, like, before you've even beaten Diveman in the second scenario. I also like it. This is the power of a Cybeast. Didn't use it once. Oops. Oops.
Yeah, everyone just assumes that's the only reason why you're so powerful at net battling is because you have a Cybeast inside of you. Even if you don't use the beast out, you know, the fact that you're, you know, somehow tapping into its power, and yet in every other game, like, no, this is just how strong Mega Man is. You guys just don't know.
I've stopped 5 global calamities at this point, and that's only in the mainline series. Anyway, Circus Man is here. Circus Man is here to cause problems. Hey, remember when Circus Man, like, had a problem capturing a Cybeast? You know, I don't know how... Like, I have a good handle on how the laws of physics work. Like, you have the data capacity of Mega Man, and then you put the Cybeast data capacity in it. And shouldn't it be really hard for Circus Man to suck up Mega Man because he's, like, the size of a Cybeast plus a normal Navi? Like, Circus Man should be struggling with... Okay, I guess Mega Man's tired from the fight, but, like, his friends are just standing there doing nothing. Come on, Guts Man, get in there.
Yeah.
Come on, Roll, do anything. Don't you love Mega Man? Mayl sure does.
Yeah, I understand that a little bit of this is kind of like magic, willpower, you know, kind of thing. Like, no, resist Mega Man. You're like, your data, how do you resist being absorbed? Whatever. So there are some things that you can hand wave because this is a video game and it's fantasy sci-fi logic. But the one thing I can't forgive is how Mega Man gets absorbed into his stomach, because, yeah, as was pointed out, they made a big deal out of the fact that, oh man, there's so much data for a Cybeast, and with this program, you know, I can barely hold a Cybeast in my stomach.
Well, Mega Man's bad. Time to enjoy the gotcha system.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, the fact that they specifically called out the physical limitations of, you know, hard, like, data storage sizes and everything. And then, oh, but I can suck up Mega Man and the Cybeast, no problem.
Yep.
Excuse me, what about that storage capacity issue from earlier? You brought it up, game.
Yeah. Also, right here, these guys, there's a split immediately as soon as they're like, yeah, we're going free. No. I might be doing bad, but I know what's right. No, I ain't hanging out with you, losers.
Since we're a real organization now.
Yeah. Oh, right, I just remembered. They don't even have a name for themselves yet. It's like, yeah, we're a real organization. So what are you guys? Cloud Circus? I don't know. But I like how they're just like, okay, well, we're going to immediately hook up with the funding source for the World 3, and we're going to start doing bad things. Let's have some fun. Let's just steal them away from, you know, wherever else. Also, I liked in that cutscene earlier that, like, Lan and Mayl were both like, no, it's our fault that Mega Man got kidnapped. And Lan's just immediately like, maybe I'll just go home. Like, he had ideas for where else he should go, and he's just like, guess I should go home. Well, speaking of going home, I hope y'all had a nice day. See you later.
See ya.